crosses. This is my forever island, Cozy Cove. And as you can see, I am building a little planting area. This is gonna be my rose section, you guys. I'm just slapping down like a bunch of fresh roses right out of the packages. And we're starting over because Mama's having no luck with with these roses on my own. So I'm just going to finish planting this entire area. We're just kind of spreading them out. I'm putting them like different flowers next to different flowers in all different patterns so that they kind of grow off each other and stuff, but leaving space in between allows them to grow. So anyway, I'm going to continue, and yeah, here we are at the end. And then oh my, rude. Let's see if that's a real bubble, because it better not be. So I went in a building and I'm going to come back out and go buy him. If it's not a real bubble, it'll be gone right now. Yeah, it's gone. So it was probably a can you come to my house bubble, can you buy this off me bubble, whatever. If you go into a house and come back out, if the villager still has their bubble, that usually means that they do want to leave your island. But if you come out and the bubble is gone, it just means they were probably going to request something. So, but I wanted to check because I am trying to get a bubble on other villagers. And if it was a go to somewhere else bubble, leave the island bubble, I wanted to transfer it to another villager. But it wasn't. They haven't actually asked to leave in a few days. I did have Filbert ask me to leave like a few days ago, so I am due for someone. But anyway, now I'm going to try to put some pathing in here. I want to do just a little walkway down the middle, but I want it to look kind of cottagecore-y, you know, sort of mixed up a little bit. So I'll put down some of this dirt code, and then in between I'm going to put a few of my little favorite wood plank steps that I've downloaded. Yeah, so I will add those on as well. Let's see, there they are. I don't have a ton of patterns that I've used on this island yet, aside from the street one where I just put those lines in, and then, you know, some dirt code and some planks, so not too bad. And then I want to put some codes, so this is the end, and then I want to put some codes on the sides where the little entrance is on each side. So just a couple little plank codes in here just to kind of show, hey, this is where you can walk into. I like to do that. I think they're cute, and I really love this plank pattern. The person that did this was amazing. It's tagged in probably several of my videos, but I do have a mood board / code shopping video that will be tagged onto here. And I also have other ones, you know. Now we're just gonna water all these flowers, and yeah, so we got all those done. Gonna put some bushes around. All these bushes behind me have to be picked up because of course I decided to put them over here, and then this is where I want to build. So so a lot of the time on this filming I did was me picking up plants, flowers, stuff, and moving them to another part of the island, which will probably also be in the way, but whatever. I'm going to plant a couple trees up here. I'm not sure how far I want it to grow. I think the back ones I'm going to let them get adult sized, but some of the side ones I might like stunt those a little bit just so they're not too big. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I have to kind of see how they look as they go. If I love them, I'll keep them, but if not, I shall move on. I wanted to plant these flowers in front of my house. They're actually my favorite hyacinth. I don't know why, but that creamy orange color, I just really love it. Also, did you know you can move your mailbox? Yes, you can. You can even keep it in your pocket when you do your dream address, and it will not show up in your dream address. So if it bothers you, or you didn't want it there, that's a way you can get rid of it. But I'm just gonna stick it over here on the side of the house because I do need to check my mail every day and stuff like that, because this is my forever island. It will forever have that light on it until I empty it, because I'm ordering things from Nooks, but I don't want to put them in my storage yet. So I'm not actually taking them out. That's another way to have extra storage, is you have 100 slots in your mailbox. So you can keep all the things you order just lined up in there. And it actually says what they are, and then you can just kind of go through and go, oh, I need that, like stuff like that. So just a little trick there in case you guys needed extra storage and you haven't had the money to pay for it yet. So that rocks. So we're gonna plant some flowers up around this little area, just to get them kind of spread out. I was picking them up anyway, and I thought, yeah, I might as well just throw some up here to make it look pretty, because you need some flowers. Those are like the way you make everything look fancy. And then over here, I decided I wanted to move these trees so they're not encroaching on my house so much and like blocking everything. So I just want to bump them back a little bit and then put some of these trees in some different locations around. So I'm just going to pick them up. A couple of them I'll still keep up there, but then a couple of them I want to move out of the way. So they all just need a little bump back, I guess. Like, that way I can put some things next to my house, because I wanted to put a little farm area up here, and so I wanted to, you know, stick some of those trees in here. Yeah, so we're just gonna pull these up, and like I said, there'll probably still be a couple up here, but just move them a little bit so they're out of the way, because they're just, I don't like it when they block the houses too much, or like if there's anything really pretty behind, I don't want to like put too many trees there. I kind of like to do trees back to front. So if that makes sense, like the tallest trees in the back, and then put some, you know, other trees in the front kind of thing, but also leave space in between so you can kind of see what is behind there, because that is definitely, you know, cutie stuff we don't want to block back there. So now this area was bothering me. I have that angled bridge and I wanted to keep it, but I don't like the straight lines on the river. Like, I like it to look very curvy and natural. So I'm just gonna fill this whole like area in, and then I'm gonna recarve the river to flow back around to its outlet, but just in a little more of a curvy way, so that it doesn't like just look so straight as a board. You know, that's not generally how rivers flow. They tend to have a lot of bends and curves and turns and different ups and down hills and things like that. So that is what I'm going for. I like the natural look for sure. So anyways, this is where we'll start recarving it. And yes, it does start out kind of a straight line sometimes when you're first going. And then you just kind of curve it around the way you want it to and try to make it look, you know, have the look you want. Oh, I can't do that because I'm too close to the bridge. So I'll need to figure out how I want that to look. I may want to change that up or add a little something. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, but it can swing out. It can be like, you know, very curvaceous over this way. So, and then that way it just kind of, you know, makes it look windy. Yeah, so you'll find in most of my islands, I'm not going to have the river look like it did in the beginning. Very rarely. Especially now. If you go back to some of my older islands, it's possible. But I was learning and I didn't always know what I was doing at the time, so, or I was experimenting or whatever. So there's lots of times where it just doesn't look like it does now, but that's okay. I really wish you could just put a little something out there where that little outlet is, because they're very strict about you not being able to you know, carve over there. It's kind of a bummer. I even think I'm going to probably try it here in a minute and fail. Like that little notch down low, I don't like it. So I'm going to have to fix that because I just don't like the way it is. But yeah, I just have to make it a little wider. I like to leave little hoppies in the middle too. So you kind of have to have it a little wider so it can do that. So, so that's what I'm doing here is I'm like, oh, I'll just leave that little notch for a hoppy. And then, you know, we'll kind of help it to go out this direction. And then, yeah, that way, you know, it's not looking weird. And then here I'm like, it looks too big. It's not curvy enough kind of thing. You know, I don't know. But I think that's pretty good. It's better than it was. So there's a little bit of a straight edge, but it's kind of hidden by the trees. So it doesn't bother me so much. I want this walkway up to look pretty symmetrical. So I'm trying to plant on both sides so that everything kind of matches up. As far as the trees and the bushes and stuff go, I like the look of that. I like the symmetry sometimes. And I also like asymmetry in other areas. So you will find that, you know, I kind of do like a symmetrical asymmetry, which means like one side will have like different flowers or different objects or whatever, but it'll still be one on one side and one on the other to kind of balance each other out. So I try to do that. Or if I'm gonna make it unbalanced, then I will do like 3 on one side, 2 on the other, or something like that, just to kind of make it mesh up. And then I'll put that same combo opposites in a different location so that they kind of like go together, but they don't. Does that make sense? No, probably not. It probably doesn't, but oh well, whatever. Anyways, I just kind of got distracted and started working on the river area over here and spreading out flowers, because this is when I was moving flowers to the back of the island, bushes to the back of the island, stuff like that. So if you see me doing all this planting, it's because I was like, well, I have a pocket full of flowers, I have a pocket full of bushes, I'm just going to start spreading them around where I want them. And so this is what I do, and that is the distraction that is JoJo. I would like to say that I can stay focused, lightning, laser focused. No, definitely not. Distracted all day long. But it's okay. I eventually get the job done, and that is all that counts. So, you know, that's what we do. But I did do quite a bit of this offline, and so sadly enough, you're going to find that, you know, I showed you a lot of this little part in the beginning, and then I don't know, I lost a little bit of computer footage or something, or I don't know what I did. I actually think I forgot to press record, or I don't know what happened, but I went in there and I'm like, oh, where's that chunk of you know, footage where I built this? No, didn't do it. So I couldn't find it. I don't know what happened. It probably happened. I'm not technological. And so I'm as technological as my husband has taught me, or as I have learned along the way, or taught myself. So you know what that leads to? That leads to the blind doing blind things. That's what that leads to. Okay, finally building a little bit. This is like to the right of the road that goes up to resident services from the airport. And my farm is going to live to the right of this. So you guys know I love like a little honey apiary type area. It's one of my favorite things in the game. Not only do I love the yellow, I love like custom codes and things that have to do with honey, and I just adore this. So anyways, I am throwing this back in. You know what I didn't do? I'm gonna have to go back and do that later if I remember. I copied April Honey's honey shelves, like where she sold honey or made a honey shelf. I copied it. I did it on my 30-day challenge island where I was supposed to do stuff myself. I was pretty proud of that. So I'm gonna have to go back and get that code and download it here somewhere, or maybe shove it behind these shelves with some simple panels, just to display it, because I don't want that to go to waste, because I was proud that I was able to copy her so well. I can copy people if they teach me, but I, can't do it on my own. I made it my own. I added my own colorations and things that I loved for that island. I also made a little plant stand, which I will be making a floral stand here somewhere, because that is the second favorite thing that I love in this game, are flowers, and a good florist, like a good flower stand. So I think those are necessities for any island of mine. And so yes, I just have to figure out like which villager I want to be my florist, and then I will do it. But anyways, I'm just yapping now. Okay, this is where I was like, okay, I want to build the little honey store, but not really a store, but like the place where honey's made. And I was like, yeah, this is not enough space, and these are not going where I want them to go, or they don't look very cool together. They just look kind of like one big like long building. And I kind of love it when people use like the pergolas or gazebos as the middle section of the building. And so I was looking to the right and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to move all those flowers and everything today. So yeah, it's a come to JoJo moment here in just a minute where I'm like, oh my gosh, no. And then I thought, oh, maybe I could just get away with stashing a little tiny one over here. No, it's not it. It's not it. But we're trying. I'm like trying to go, okay, that could work. Yeah, no, I don't like it. And this is where I'm looking and I'm going, no, not gonna happen. Not keeping it this way. No love. So, anyways, there's a big break in time between when I actually do this part, tear down, and when I actually come back to you. So, you might see in a blink of an eye, I'm going to build this building. But to me, it was like an hour and a half of moving flowers. So this was the start of the treacherous move of flowers. I think I do it in parts, like to expand it so you can see it. But eventually I'm like, no, I need to move this. Yeah. See, I'm like, okay, I can build the thing, right? But then as I got going, I was like, no, I'm gonna have to move every single one of these flowers. By the way, that orange color that they made the roses and that they made the hyacinth, those are my two favorite oranges in this game. I don't like the really dark orange. I like the pastel orange. I think it's really pretty. So I don't normally like roses, but I love the orange rose and I love the orange hyacinth. I think those are really pretty. My favorite flowers in this game though are the mums and the hyacinth. Like those are my faves. Okay. Now this is me just kind of going, okay, what do I want the shape of the building to be? And how can we make this fit and look decent? You do not get like the right edging of the corners, so you gotta camo that. You gotta camouflage it. And so we will do that. And usually the best way I can think of to do that, oh, that's the wrong way, yes. Yeah, we gotta figure this out. And yeah, I'm like, do I put it this? No, I'm gonna do the same exact thing and go, why did I do this? Because now it's still backwards. Like I can literally just stand over by the flowers and put it in and it will be fine. Yeah, but that is my non-thinking mind working right there. So yes, Jojo the dodo. I can be a dodo sometimes. By the way, in school, I was never Jojo. I was only Jojo at home. So nobody ever called me a dodo at school. But just so you guys know, I call myself a dodo sometimes when I'm playing this game because I feel like technologically can be a ding-dong. And sometimes I don't think about certain things. And then I'm like, why didn't I think of that? You know, why? I've done this a million times or whatever. Anyway, I'm on a tangent. Planted some pine trees in here, which I think I'm just going to let them grow tall, but I'm not sure. I do play this island every day, so I will go back and kind of see how they look and then see what I like to do. But I think I'm going to let them get tall, to be honest. Like, I put a few hardwoods back here, which that will be really pretty when they grow in. And during Sakura season and stuff, oh, it will be really gorgeous. Anyways, yeah, so I do like that. As you can see, like some of the buildings are disappearing. I mean, bushes and stuff start to disappear along the way. But I did want to also get like my build done. So I was just like, okay, I really need to like actually, you know, do some stuff here. So I was trying to get this build done without having to move all these flowers, but then again the realization will come to me. What else I've got to get some of these bushes planted in here, and I also want to put up some fencing in front of this, so I think it would look really cute. And a good way to like block the front of that, even though it is cute, I still love this log fencing. I really think it's cute. So I'm going to put the country fencing, not log, country. Put the country fencing in front. It's just another little added something. And then I realized these barrels need something, so I'm going to have to go put something in there. But I got to figure out what I'm going to do first. So plant a flower. Let's plant this little orange flower. Yes. Because like I said, I love that orange one. All right. Let's put a red one in here because I like red and orange for farms. I think they look really pretty. And so we'll put a little red Cosmo up in here. Just move it. I just have to remember to keep it there when I like tear up all my flowers, which I think I remember to do that. I'm not sure. But yes, here I'm just pondering, like, do I like what that looks like and stuff? All right, we grabbed a few things. I thought this little wasp nest would look cute up here. I like to use that as an item just to show that, like, you know, we're squeezing the honey out of it, sort of. I don't know. It's just a thing. I don't know. Okay, we're going to put down our little apiaries all around because this is going to be where the bees are. And eventually I will get some more flowers in here and stuff, but I actually need more to grow. So this will be a growing area, but eventually a lot of flowers because I feel like the beehives have to be like in a whole big flower field or an area where there's a lot of flowers that the bees can attend to. And also that they're not going to be like in the bad weather or whatever. So yeah, this is going to be perfect. But like I act like I know a lot about apiaries. I don't know anything about apiaries. But what I do know about bees is that they like flowers, and that is how they make honey, is with the pollen from flowers. So I know that there needs to be flowers around. So yeah, anybody would know that, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, And I like them to go different directions. I really love the bee honey comb showing. But I also like the front of the cute little hive too is adorable. So I love it. We have to have wheat field because wheat field is very farmland. And I feel like it makes it look like, you know, there's been some growth and these have maybe been here a long time or something. So, but I don't want to block too much with them. So I'm trying to use like some codes in different areas. We're going to put some little models down of butterflies. I don't have any bee models yet on this island, and I get all of my models from Flick on my own. So, but I do have some saved in my inventory, so I just need to wait till Flick comes, and then I'll probably change some of these out for some bees or throw some more bees in here with all the flowers that we're gonna do. So, and as the flowers grow around the island, I'm just gonna grab them and throw them over here, and that'll be like a little way for the flowers to keep growing and stuff. But I also have some more farmland that I want to build over here, so yeah. But like I said, the rest of the builds and stuff that I do on this, you're not really going to witness because JoJo forgot to press record. Yeah, my bad. And then after I realized I didn't press record and I had done so much, I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna go chill on the couch in the living room with the hubs and play this while we're watching a show and finish it up, because there's no point. I didn't have a ton left. Most of it was moving things and stuff like that too, so my apologies. But you might be grateful that you're not getting the step-by-step on like every single thing, because, you know, sometimes that's annoying too. So I don't like that one sticking out. I'm going to take it away. But I do like the one. I love this little log fencing, especially for little farm type islands and things. This is not going to be a farm island. It is more like, I don't know. It's a mix of normcore and cottagecore all put together, because I love cottagecore. It's my favorite core of all Animal Crossing. But I also love normcore, and I love when people do really wide open pathways and stuff, which is why I was trying to make it where you can kind of run around this island easy, but also I can do like some areas where it is a little stuck core, a little more crowded, but you don't really have to go in there. You know what I mean? Like you can just look at it. So that is the whole like process to my thinking on this. Is I just love how this part turned out. While I'm building this, I am literally in the Discord voice channel, and I was like talking to my friends and hanging out and chilling, and so that's why I had to do a voiceover, because if I didn't, then you would be hearing all the girls and the chit chat, and the guys too, by the way. There's some guys that hang out with us too in there. So anyways, but all the peeps hanging out and shooting the breeze and just chatting about whatever we're chatting about at the time. A lot of times we're chatting about each other's builds, or like maybe someone's on a villager hunt, and we all show our screens as much as we can in there, and so you can kind of hang out and just watch what we're doing. And by the way, if you don't want to talk but you want to see what we're up to, you can come in. We are going to see that you're there and we will say hello, but there's a chat area. You can click on the bubble and just say, hey, how's it going? I'm not in a position to chat, or I don't really want to chat right now, but I'm going to hang out and watch what you're doing, if that's okay, you know, those kinds of things. And feel free to do that, because if we're in a chat and you can see us, it means you're invited. So if you ever see that, feel free to pop in and say hello. You also don't have to be capable of sharing your screen. My friend Megan gets in there. She doesn't have a capture card, but what she does is she puts it on her phone, which captures her TV screen. And then we can see what Megan is doing too. So it's actually kind of cool. You'd have to ask her how she does it. I think on Discord you can choose to share your iPhone screen or recording or whatever, and then that's how she does it. But I have never done it that way myself because I do have the capture card, so it's easier for me. But she just kind of like tripods her little phone up on something, and then it's actually pretty cool. We can see everything she's doing. She can kind of zoom in and out on things if we can't see it very well, but usually we can see her screen great. So anyways, but what I was going to say is you're always welcome to hang out if you see that there's a chat and we're in there. I'm not always in there a lot or like every day, but then I'm in there a lot or every day. So it just depends. Sometimes I'm never in there. So, yeah. Let's see. Like I said, this area does not look how I want it to look yet. It's going to look more when I get my bee models and when I get my flowers growing. Because I ripped out every flower on this island except for 3 of each. And then I have shifted those flowers now. I mean, in this video, I'm not sure if you're going to see that. You will. You'll see it at the end that they're missing. But I'm going to shift all the flowers to the back, and they're kind of just planted all willy-nilly and on hills. And they're not really in a place where they can expand that well. So, yeah, I will definitely be doing that sort of thing. So, anyways, I love the honey areas. I really do. They're so cute. I also found this little sign, which I thought was adorable. It just says fresh honey, and it says 5 cents per jar. Gosh, I wish that's how much honey costed. It's so expensive. But anyway, on my island, it's 5 cents. So, cheap honey, okay? Also, I saw that balloon, and I do go get it, okay? And the gift in my pocket, it does get given to the villager. Just in case you guys are concerned. I get concerned when I see that on people's channels. I'm like, wait, did you give the villager that blue and white gift? And did you get that balloon? I did, but it happened to be flying over Able Sisters, and it's too crowded over there. So, yeah, I had to wait for a minute until it got to the other side of the island so that I could go get it. So, yes, I will go get it though, because I'm on the hunt for my mush DIYs. That is a thing on this island. I don't have them all yet, and I actually went through all of November, did not get them, hardly any. And then I went back in time to the beginning of November again, which is why we're here now. And I'm doing November all over again in order to get those balloons with the DIYs in them. Yeah, so it's definitely a thing in Animal Crossing that you don't get all the stuff. I'm also having that problem on my last resort challenge because I can't seem to get all the balloons that I would like to get for the seashell stuff that I need for Stacy's challenge. Every time I hit a balloon, it's some stupid outfit. It's clay. It's bells. It's iron. It's a DIY for, I'll get a DIY for a seashell wall. Things like that. Terrible. Anyway, yeah, it's no bueno. See, I already gave the villager their stuff. That's when I went and did it. I went and got my balloon. I went and gave Fret his gift. I think it was Fret. I don't remember. Anyways, they got their gift. They're happy campers. I did not let them wear it because it was a cat dress that someone gave Fred. I am not against any sort of male or man wearing a dress if that's what they want to do. But Fred is a country boy who wears plaid and works in my island, and he does not wear dresses. So he has never voiced an interest to me to be trans or an interest in liking to wear female clothing. So I like him to wear his little plaids and stuff. So anyways, that is why I did not let him wear it. Now we're going to put down some more accoutrements over here, some more little accessories to make it look a little more like farmland. And I don't know why I care that hay bale doesn't fit there, because it's not, the fence isn't going to stay there anyway. And so, yeah, I just wasn't thinking about it at the time. But it isn't. It isn't staying there. It is not. All right, I'm just kind of looking around to see like what other things might be missing, what we could use in here. If I thought that this little area looked cute enough. I do. I like it. Again, it's just really missing the flowers down in here, but those will be coming. So the oh yeah, I wanted to put a little garbage can, because you know you kind of see that in little farm areas, like when you want to go get like one of their little baked goods or something, and then you have to throw it away, right? So we do that. And all these bushes are just things I keep digging up because I was putting all the bushes away, but I thought I'll keep some in my pocket so that I can put them in other places. I also realized I had like one of those glowing jars in my pocket, so I ended up customizing it to yellow so it kind of looks like honey. I really like using the marmalade jars, but I don't have that recipe yet, so that's kind of a bummer. I also took out all my fruit-bearing trees, and so I need to make a little orchard somewhere on this island just so I can have, you know, 2 or 3 of each fruit-bearing tree, but I don't have those yet. So it does look a little barren with the trees right now because I made the decision to chop every single tree down, and this is what I was left with. And even after doing that, I chopped every single tree down. I didn't even have enough wood to make all the shovels that I needed to make. But anyway, this is the end of this part, and then we're going to go on to the tour. Hey guys, I'm back. It's the next day, and I just thought I would show you what I've done. I added some things after hours. Let me get this balloon first of all, because I cannot not get, oh no, I lost my, doggone it, I lost my slingshot. Oh well, I'll miss a balloon. I'm trying to get all the mushroom DIYs before I leave November. Anyways, this is my little farm area that I did for myself. I added on this little path. I just wanted something kind of green and cute that will look nice with the darker green, the lighter greens, you know, just add a little color in there. And then we have our little honey area that I did behind Able Sisters, where we produce our honey and sell our honey. And then over here we've got our little wheat farm, and I planted some wheat in here. I did have some little wheat field in here, but then I was like, oh, it's hiding everything. And then back here are the regular farm items. So we have like the tomatoes, sugarcane, carrots, and potatoes. And then there's a little pathway that goes in between them. This is my rose growing area. Oh my gosh, you guys. I just put them all like spread out, and I am just praying to the Nintendo Animal Crossing gods that someday I'll get a blue rose. Who knows when that will ever happen, but when it does, it will be crazy. This is my pumpkin farm over here, and then this is my home, obviously, and I love this little path that I downloaded. It has nothing to do with my island, but I thought, you know, why not? It's super cute, and I love it. So I wanted to put it on my island, and I just thought it added some little pizzazz, some color. Oh my gosh, do I not have another sling? Oh, I do. I was going to say, what on earth? How on earth? I got to go get that balloon because you just never know what it entails. It could be something important. Important. Where did it go? Oh, I saw it just now. If that is Vesta wanting to go home, I'm going to cry happy tears. I just need someone to leave that has been here in eternity. And between her and Ursula and oh, who's the other one? I don't even know, but those are the ones I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, let me go over there and see what it is. It's probably nothing. They all want to come to my house and visit. See, I told you they want me to come over. Oh my gosh, hold please. All right, anyway, as I was saying, this is just, I did a farm area because, you know, I love it. And I thought, what better thing to put in front of my house than the farm? It's always kind of been like the flower farm, but I just changed it up to be more like a broad farm with my little honey farm down here and stuff like that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and little tour of all the things I did. I'm sorry you didn't get to see all of it built. I actually intended on recording it, and then for some reason when I went to record, I was having a little bit of issues with my computer, and I was like, I'm done. So I just went out and did it, and then thought, well, we'll just tour this little part here that I didn't show online. But anyways, it turned out pretty cute. I enjoy it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. If you have not subscribed to this channel, if you wouldn't mind, that would be really great. And also, if you liked this, if you could give it a like, and also give me a little... we do have memberships, so if you do want a membership, they start as low as 99 cents. I don't plan on ever making that a higher price because I want people to be able to have access to it no matter what your income is. And I understand that even that is a lot, especially on a monthly basis. So please don't feel obligated, but I do use that funding to go towards the channel or also towards other creators, because I try to support the other creators in the community and give money to them and stuff like that. So anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this. Thank you guys so much for spending any of your time with me. I know that you could be watching or doing anything else, and so I really appreciate you guys. Hopefully I'll see you on one of my streams or in one of my other videos. I stream on Tuesdays and Fridays at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then Monday, Wednesday, Fridays I have my videos coming out, so stay tuned for any of that, and I will see you on the next one. Love you guys. Have a great day. Bye.